Hello, team. Happy Thursday. How are you guys? Gonna give it a couple of seconds to see who can jump on. I am looking for new mailers online because I really want a specific kind. And I'm just like searching. Hope you guys are doing good. I wanted to go live because one thing, so we talked about this new training discussion group that we're starting, or that we started, and you guys, our first discussion was amazing. Our first training that we watched was amazing. Chloe Cox and her superstar directors are so like inspiring, and they are like right on top of their game. And the first training that we watched was literally like setting the foundation of your business, and they talked about so many things. But one thing that they talk about that really resonated with us leaders and a lot of the people that were on our discussion group on Tuesday night was about our budget. When I joined Scentsy, I worked full-time. I worked part-time, and then I went up to full-time. And my husband worked full-time. We didn't have kids. So I literally would just buy Scentsy all the time. I would spend money on Scentsy all the time. But when I decided to stay home with Deli, I couldn't afford to just buy every single thing that came out. I couldn't afford to make all the cute samples. And I made the mistake of buying a lot of stuff that I did not need because I wanted to have this beautiful office, because I wanted to have this beautiful setup. I wanted to do all the cute samples that I honestly ended up just throwing money out the window. I ended up selling stuff or giving them away that I was not using. I ended up like getting rid of stuff when I moved into an apartment that did not fit into our apartment. I ended up just the other day throwing away like stuff that I have not used in years because, oh my gosh, I have to have it. I have to buy all the stickers. I have to buy all the cute stuff. And so I've been there. I've been there with the excitement. I've been there where you want to buy everything and anything that you're seeing. But the truth is that this is a business and you have to budget. Now, some of you might be able to, hold on, it's about to fall. I knew that was going to happen. I am getting my lamp today, and I'm so excited because it has a phone holder, and I won't have to deal with, like, crappy prop-ups. Some of you guys might have the ability, because you have a full-time job, and this is just something on the side to get your discount or to make some extra money, to afford to spend money. But your Scentsy money, let me be very clear, this is coming from our CEO. You should not be spending family money on Scentsy. You should be spending your Scentsy money on family. Think about why you joined. Did you join to pay bills? Did you join to save up money? Did you join to pay off credit debt? Did you join to buy a car or a house or to like save money for your kids' college? Whatever reason you joined should be the main focus of what you're doing with that money. Now, I'm not saying that you should not use some of your Scentsy money for your business. You totally should. That money should go into your business or part of it. So now, when we were watching this training, they talked about 10%. And I talked about it on the call on Tuesday, and I said 10% is unrealistic to us newer people because 10% of a paycheck that is $200 is $20. A paycheck that is $500, it's $50. Like, I'm going to be quite honest, and I will put the disclosure agreement below. This month, I am making over $1,000, right? But for everything that I have to do to run my business, which is warmer of the month, website, mailing to my customers and my team gifts, sampling, $100 would not work. So I sat down with my husband and I said, what would work? What is enough from my budget to go back to the house, and what is enough for me to be able to make all of my Scentsy expenses? That includes SFR. that includes, which I know it's not happening this year. I'm not trying to confuse you guys, but you should be taking your money that you're earning from Scentsy to pay for all these things, to pay for World Tour, to pay for SFR, to pay for the trips, to pay for anything coming out. I told them, I was like, I'm including, like, for example, I want the summer collection. So that would come out of my Scentsy money. So what is a good balance? I said 50-50. He said, no, I think 60-40. And I said, okay, I can do that. 60-40. 60 goes to my family. 40 goes back into my business. So what does that look like this month? It looks like I have about $450 to go into my business for all of my expenses. Now, you guys, I know that some of you guys are new. You guys don't have that kind of a paycheck, but you should still be budgeting. You should still be saying, okay, what do I want to do in my business? Do I want to give away samples? Do I want to do a giveaway each month? Do I want to do team prizes? Do I want to send out, like, you know, thank you cards to my customers, etc., etc.? And then say, this needs to come out from my Scentsy budget, not my family's budget, because I joined Scentsy to help my family, not put them in a harder spot. So I think right now, for me, 10% is unrealistic. When I'm a superstar director making $5,000 a month or more, yeah, $500 is realistic. 10% is realistic. But as your paycheck grows, you can lower that percentage. Or you can say, well, I'm going to keep the same percentage, but now I can do more of the stuff that I've been wanting to do that I haven't done. Because that's budgeting too. Budgeting is saying, I want to do this, but I can't afford it right now. Like, I have really plain mailers, just clear mailers. I want to have mailers that are a little bit more decorative, that show my personality, that show a little bit of me, that when people see it in the mail, they don't even have to see my name. They know it's coming from me. Well, guess what? Now I can do that. I can afford that. But I couldn't afford it 6 months ago. I couldn't afford it a year ago. It's okay to say, I can't afford to do that right now. I want to, but I can't. You are going to grow in this business. Let me tell you a story, and some of you guys might have heard this. I promoted to director last April, a goal that I've had for more than 5 years, right? Promoted to director in April. May, we didn't hit our numbers. June, we didn't hit our numbers. July, we were not looking like we were going to hit our numbers, okay? So I headed off to SFR with our team, and I was so sad because I was going to fall into the queue, and I know that some of you guys don't know what that means, and I'll explain it in a minute. And we're at SFR, we're looking at all the new products. We just got out of open session, and I look at our numbers, and we are $150 away. I remember sitting down by the escalators and talking with Beth and Ashton and saying, I'm $150 away from director numbers, and their first reaction was like, just put in an order. Okay, I can do that. I was like, crap, how am I going to do that though? I would need to take money from my family to put this order. And Orville has told us, do not take family money for Scentsy. Use your Scentsy money for family. So I battled with it for hours, you guys. We kept looking through all the displays. We went up to the dance floor and we were dancing with our headphones, and I'm still thinking about it. And we head back to the room, and me and Ashton are like crunching numbers, like well, if I order this, like it will get me there. And this would be like my total with tax, and I can sell that stuff. Well, what if I order this and blah, 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 blah. You guys, I went to bed and I said, I am not going to place the order. I am going to follow Orville's advice because he wants my success. And if I fall into the queue, I fall into the queue. Next morning, I woke up and I was in the queue. Being in the queue means you have not hit director numbers in 3 months, and then you have 3 months to hit director numbers, or you go back to superstar consultant. Okay? To many, that is embarrassing, right? To many, that's not what they want to do. But the reality of it is that is life. That is just life, and that is the roller coaster of having a business like this in direct sales, where you do not control your team. You can only control your business. I was at SFR. I didn't have the time to call my customers and ask them to put in an order to get me to director numbers. So I woke up, I was in the queue, I went down to breakfast, and I told everybody, And my superstar director looked at me and she said, you're going to be out of that queue soon. You're following Orville's advice. Your business is only going to go up from here. So August comes along. We did not hit director numbers. I was like, man, okay, I have 2 more months. September came along. We hit director numbers on the 20th of September. October came around. We hit director numbers on the 15th of the month. You guys, I learned a lesson by following Orville's advice. If you are buying your way through your business, you're gonna fall in debt. You're gonna come to a day where you're gonna look back and say, oh, I'm not making any money with Scentsy. I'm just spending all my money. You need to budget. You need to focus and you need to budget. And you need to say, I can't afford to do this right now, but that's my goal and I'm gonna work for it. And when your budget grows, you do that. Do little things. I remember a convention where Heidi said, you should not be spending more than 3% of your income on your team. And you're like, okay, well, if I'm only making $100, that's $3. There's a lot of things at the Scentsy Success Store that you could buy for $3. There's pens, there's notepads, there's stickers. You don't have to get your team or your customers these grand gifts. Okay? And if your team and your customers cannot appreciate that, that does not reflect you. Let me be very clear. That does not reflect you, that reflects them. Okay? And I don't mean that to be rude or disrespectful, but I've been in moments where I will do something and I won't even get a simple thank you. And guess what? I don't have to. We don't have to do that. We're not required by Scentsy to do awards or rewards or to even have team pages. That's not a requirement. That's stuff that we do because we want to be connected, because we want to help our team, because we want to share ideas. And honestly, it is a lot easier to have a team page than to be texting everyone individually when you have an idea or when someone comes up with, for example, if I didn't have a team page and my frontline Stephanie shared something that was successful to her, now I have to text everybody instead of having her share on a team page. So if someone on your team or a customer is not grateful for what you can do while you're following this advice, while you're doing a budget and sticking to it, doesn't reflect you, sweetheart. It reflects them, okay? It reflects them on being grateful and being they're feeling entitled, and they shouldn't be, okay? This is not something that we are required to do. We obviously learn as we are in a customer service field that thank yous are nice. Being appreciative of what people are doing because they don't need to be spending their money on us. So yes, doing thank you cards are super nice. Like you can do something as simple as going to the dollar store and buying a pack of thank you cards and filling them out by hand and sending it to them. You can do postcards. I don't have my postcards with me. I have postcards and I bought them on Vistaprint and I think they were 10 cents each when I bought 500 of them, okay? And every 6 months I go in and I change the pictures. I update them to be more like updated pictures because I include pictures of my family. And of course, my kids are growing. And I buy $250 to $500 to make it 1, cheaper, and 2, I don't have to be paying shipping over and over. Sorry, I got a message and I got distracted, squirrel. So I just want you guys to be very realistic about why you're running a business and how you're running your business. Because if you do not run your business as a business, you are going to have a hard time seeing the success. And the last thing that I want, honestly, is for you to sit back and say, I'm not making any money. I'm spending so much money on Scentsy when you don't have to. There are ways, there are ideas that have been shared on our team page, on other pages. You guys, this team page is 7.5 years old. I opened my team page as soon as I started recruiting. So there is so much information that you can go through and scroll. And if you did not know, on the side of the page, there's a search bar. You can literally search on there and put, scam emails or thank you cards or recruiting, sponsoring, parties, and things will pop up from 5-6 years ago. And if you don't find it on here, there is a lot of groups on Facebook that specialize on flyers, on idea sharing. There's tons of ideas on Pinterest. There's tons of ideas on the training side of the workstation. So look for the ideas to make your business work. Okay. I have had to literally ask on many pages, like, hey, I want to do this. How can I do that? And people will share. People will share. There will be some people that are selfish that you'll come across and they don't want to give you information and they don't want to share their ideas. Guess what? They're not living by our core value of being generous and giving more than you take. But there will be people that you will find along the way that are just that. They're living our core values. They're being authentic. They are being generous, and they're being simple in their business. Simplicity is a core value for a reason. And I'm telling you guys this from my heart. The more I simplify my business, the more success I'm having in being able to get more done. When I complicate things, when I want to do everything and I want to have all these cute little samples and I want to do all this with my team and I want to do all this stuff, it goes like haywire, and I'm like, I don't have any PRV, I don't have any parties, I don't have this, I don't have that. When I keep things simple and I don't overcomplicate it, I don't try to change the plan, I don't try to go and reinvent the wheel, I see more success. Okay, I am not a Facebook party person. I never really did them because I never saw success. You guys, I went through and I said, you know what? This is working for everybody else. It needs to work for me. I don't see why I need to reinvent the wheel. I just had a party that I'm closing out today. That's a $350 party. I booked 2 parties off of that party. And then I went to my sister and I went to my cousin's wife and I said, I really could use some help with getting the word out and doing some parties. Will you guys do a party for me? They're doing a party for me. And my sister's party already hasn't even started. It started today. Like, it was barely starting today, and it already has 1 order. And my cousin's wife already said, can you send me the links? I have some people that are anxious to order. I'm like, your party doesn't even start till Friday. Like, I haven't even finished your group because it doesn't start till Friday. So you guys, like, don't reinvent the wheel. Like, keep it simple. The things that you see, ask yourself, do I need to do that? Will it break my budget if I do it? Will it change something if I do that? If it's not going to break the budget and you want to do it, go ahead. If it's going to change something in your business, like for the better, meaning it's going to get you more parties, it's going to get you more referrals, it's going to get you more conversations with your customers, do it. But if it's going to put you in the hole, if it's going to put you in a position where your spouse is going to be upset, or you don't know how you're going to feed your family because you want to buy the whole entire summer collection. You guys, I have gone through a lot of things that Scentsy has released that I have not been able to purchase. There's a lot of things that I have had to say, I cannot afford that right now. Like, I was not able to afford Darth Vader when he first came out. I wasn't. I didn't care because I don't care for Star Wars. But then my husband was like, well, I really like Star Wars and I would have liked it. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? Like, crap. So when they re-released it, I was in a better financial position and I was able to get him. So Scentsy is always going to be coming out with stuff, you guys. Always. And there's always going to be stuff that we just have to have. And then it's like, later on, you're like, oh my gosh, but now I really need that warmer and I don't need this one. You know, like, it's okay to let things pass by. It's okay to not have things right in front of your customers at all times. I'll tell you, I bought pretty much the entire Mother's Day collection, and by the time that I got it, it had sold out. Thankfully, I had plans with those to make gifts. But if I wouldn't have had them for gifts, I would have been like, well, now like there's no point in promoting it because like it's sold out, so I only have these to sell. So think about that, okay? I want you guys to really think about why you started your business, okay? Why did you start your business? For an income. If you started it to get your stuff for free and half off and you have a good income and you really don't care, whatever. I can't tell you how to run your business. But if you started Scentsy to make an income to help your family, you need to budget and you need to run your business by Orville's advice. Do not use family money for Scentsy. Use Scentsy money for family. And it's hard. I get it. Like, there's times where I'm like, crap, like, I really need to get this, but I don't. If I can't afford it, if my business budget cannot afford it, I don't do it. Because I'm not going to continue putting my family in a hole to get Scentsy. I'm not going to see success that way. Guess what? My spouse is not going to see success that way. And he's just going to get mad and bitter at Scentsy. And it's something that I love and I don't want to let go. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to choose between your family and Scentsy. Like, if you love Scentsy, make sure you run your business in a way that will not put you in a position where you have to choose. Have it put you in a position where your family is grateful for Scentsy. That your family can up-talk Scentsy and say, you know what, my wife or my daughter or my sister or my friend, like, she did this because of Scentsy. She was able to, pay off her car or pay off her house or pay off her debt or, put herself through school because of Scentsy. Scentsy is a blessing. It doesn't need to be a curse, okay? So think about that and know that I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.